Hi guys, it's Rick Shiels down here, indoor at Quest Golf Academy here at Prairie Sports Village. Weather's bad outside, so I'm doing some testing on the simulator inside. I've just done the Mizuno Jpx900 Hybrid. I'm now going to move into the fairway wood. Very similar to the hybrid fairway wood, the boxing glove head cover with this leather finish, but nice bit of fur inside. Good quality that. Does it go all the way up? Yeah, it literally goes all the way up. Quality head cover. Underneath that head cover, that's what you've really come to see. The 3-wood has a lot of adjustability. Not as much adjustability and glariness as the driver did. If you remember the Jpx900 driver, the bottom of it was a club fitter's dream, but an average golfer's nightmare. This is slightly less fidgety. Yeah, good word, fidgety. All it's got is a couple of changeables. You can change the loft. Like the hybrid, you can go up 2 degrees and down 2 degrees. And there is a weight in the middle of the head that you can slightly adjust spin rates. So if you're wanting to get a little bit more lower spin, you can pump that weight forward. If you want a little bit more spin, you can pump that weight back. Or if you're happy with the spin rate, you can keep it in the middle. But again, I would always advise that to be more done with a custom fitter rather than playing about with a wrench. They should only give the wrenches to club fitters, I personally think. Or you golf professionals. So I've got this in standard loft. This is a 3-wood in 15 degrees. It does also go upright. I can place this more upright to give me a little bit more draw bias, but I'm just going to keep it very much in neutral on this test. It's got the same matte blue top that the driver and the hybrid have, which honestly, and I've said this before on the driver and the hybrid, I just love that matte blue. And I really didn't expect me to ever say that, because the blue drivers that have come out in the past, the old Mizuno and the old Nike, I didn't like them at all. But that blue just looks so classic. It's the same kind of paint job you would almost imagine on a very expensive high-end sports car. It just looks awesome. You then blend that in with the black face, the black sole. Yeah, big fan of that. Right, let's give this a hit. I've just got this in the speeder. This is the same shaft setup basically as the driver, but obviously the fairway model of this, so it's a slightly heavier shaft. I've not got the weight on it, I don't think, actually. But this is extra stiff. This is the Speeder 661. Does that mean it's 60 grams? I think it may be. Evolution 2. Let's give this a hit. I like how slim it looks. I like the fact that from top to bottom it's not too deep. Love that blue head. You've just got the Mizuno running bird symbol on top. And let's give this a hit. Okay, that was off the bottom, not a good hit. For me, that wood isn't a deep enough wood not to be able to strike the middle. That was just a terrible bottom strike, which only got the 220 carry distance on that shot. So you can see down the strike location, very much off the bottom, completely more my error than the club, showing you some level of punishment if you don't catch off the middle. Let's go again. Nice, so that's a beautiful flight. Look how straight that's gone. Tiny little fade. Doesn't seem to be getting me the maybe I don't know, I would say 245, 250 carry distance I'd normally see on a 3-wood. That's only carried there at 230, but it's come out super straight. Wonder why that was. Was it strike location? Maybe launch angle's low, only 8.5. Strike location was good. Probably just hitting down on the 3-wood a little bit too much there. 3-wood that I've been using at the moment can allow me to hit down a bit more. Maybe this one needs a bit more of a level hit to get the flight I'm requiring. A little bit more launch needed. Yeah, big fan of that flight. Nearer to the distance that I'd like to see, about that 250 distance, total distance, carrying about 245, 250 is where I'd normally like to see actually. It's still a little bit shy of that. 239, better launch angle, 10.4 degrees that time. Strike location was good. Still hit down on it a little bit, but got the strike on the face much, much higher. This wood feels very good. It feels very responsive off the face. As soon as I've hit it from an off spot, I'm knowing, I'm getting told, I'm getting reacted from that. Through the shaft, through the handle, I'm getting told of that straight away. Maybe an option for me would be to add a little bit more loft, maybe move that weight back. I wanted to test it solely in neutral setting just to show you what it can do. I think as a fine tuning, I'd probably need a little bit more loft and a little bit more weight back on this. But this is in complete neutral. Another good hit. Yeah, I just don't feel like I'm maximising my distance there as much. I've not been as overly impressed with this fairway wood so far as I have been maybe with the hybrid and the driver. This feels to me like it's just coming out maybe 10 yards shorter than what I'd like to see it. Launch angle was good there, strike location was good. Like I said, I'm just hitting slightly downwards more, and I've been using a club that's been a little bit more forgiving off the bottom of the club with that. This feels like it's not giving me quite as much forgiveness when I hit down on it. I maybe just need to crank that loft up. Let's just try that actually while I'm doing it. While I've got time, and I'll show you how hopefully speed this is. So I'm going to go up to, I'm just going to crank it up 1 degree. I'm going to go up 16 degrees. So more a weaker 3-wood / 4-wood. And I'm just going to pull that weight back to increase the spin and hopefully also just help with the forgiveness settings. So this weight in the middle, I'm going to shift that back into section number 3, which is indicated here by just saying high. And so we've got more loft and a little bit more weight back. Let's see what that produces now numbers-wise. It's already boosting my confidence knowing that I've got a bit more loft and the weight back. As a confidence booster, that helped. I'm still not sure it's quite maximising. Close to 240 carry. Let's have another go at that one. A little bit more drawy that time. As it changed the launch angle. I'm looking for a little bit more launch than 11, 12 degrees. I'd like to see that up at like 14. That was 12 degrees. 4,000 spin, 236 carry, good strike location again, but maybe just with that down strike, it's not giving me the ultimate distance that I'd be liking. I'm loving the accuracy, if I'm honest. There's not much movement right and left on a 3-wood. Yeah, that's a nicer hit. Just can't seem to get that extra 10 on it. I'd love to see it carrying around that 250 mark, but don't seem to be getting that just yet. Maybe a fine tuning even more. I don't want to go down loft in this because I'd feel like that would be harder for me to get that launch angle up. I prefer that high spin setting when the weight is further back. As a mental trigger, because it's moving, it's actually moving less than an inch that weight. That's going to have next to no physical differences. I'm talking probably less than 100 RPM, even if you hit this on a robot. Psychologically, it helped. Psychologically, it made me feel like I was going to hit it higher, and often that placebo effect can get that to take place. If that weight goes back, I physically feel like I'm going to hit it higher. I'm a little bit short on distance on that, but the production, the actual results, the hits that I got out of that were very, very promising. Felt at the bottom of the club, I would have just liked a little bit more forgiveness. I know I'm hitting off the mat, but I'm sure again on the golf course, maybe just that little bit more of a more rounded sole might have just helped me rather than being super, super flat. It's very thin. I love the profile of this golf club because it does encourage me to hit it well off the floor, and I still absolutely adore the looks of this club. I just feel like it was maybe 10 yards off where I'd love to see it for me personally. As a 3-wood goes, adjustability on loft, huge, because again, you can feel that gap between driver and your longest hybrid or longest iron. Big, big positive. And even if the conditions change, you can start cranking that up and down a little bit with the loft. So if it's into wind, you can, it's a really windy day, maybe go down a bit more in loft. If you're having a bad day with the driver or bad practice with the driver, stick this in, like I could stick this in 13 degrees and it becomes almost like a strong 3-wood, super strong, or a mini driver but with a smaller head. Or even if I go the opposite way, I could crank this up to 17 degrees. Get that ball up in the air and get it to land soft onto hard greens for that particular day. Loads of options with this. I love the adjustability of the weight as a placebo effect. I just don't know how much it makes an effect on actual performance. Guys, if you've not seen the whole Jpx900 range that I've reviewed, I've done the drivers, I've done the irons, hybrid, and now finished off with the 3-wood. It's all on my channel. I'll put it up in a playlist up here in the corner. If you're new to my channel, hit that red button down here. That gets you to subscribe for free to my channel and keeps you up to date with all the videos I post. Comment below, what do you think of the new looks of the Jpx900 range? I definitely think this year, looks-wise, they've killed it. Maybe the bottom of the driver not so much, but the rest of it, they've killed it. I think it's been awesome. Guys, thanks for watching. Loads more videos to come, and we'll see you next time.